Welcome to Rewired for Love. I am your host, JaCarie Owens, licensed mental health counselor, EMDR basic training coach and consultant, group practice owner and supervisor at Courageous Minds Counseling, relational trauma expert, and the most important one, your honest but loving homegirl therapist who's not afraid to talk about the messy parts of healing. Around here, we talk about all things nobody taught us growing up, how our attachment styles show up in love, why our nervous system acts like a fool sometimes, and what it really takes to feel safe in our bodies. So this is not about perfection. It's about learning to love yourself in real time with grace, boundaries, and a little bit of humor. So take a deep breath. Get comfy, because we don't chase chaos, we choose calm. And this is Rewired for Love. Hey y'all, welcome back to Rewired for Love. If you've been with me through the anxious attachment episode, the avoidant attachment episode, and the disorganized attachment episode, first of all, I'm proud of you, because that was not light work. So thank you. And today, we're talking about something that many people want, but don't actually recognize when it shows up. That's right. We're talking about secure love. Not perfect love. Not that fairy tale love. Not love without conflict, but love that feels safe, steady, and regulated. It feels regulated in your body, not just in your head. And I want to be clear right up front. Secure love is not something you earn by healing enough. Secure love is something your nervous system learns through safety, through consistency, and through compassion. So I'm going to bring that book back in by Natalie Grutes, The Pain We Carry. And this is where that comes in, because before we can talk about secure love, we have to honor the pain our bodies learned from. Why does secure love feel so unfamiliar? That's where we have to start. So when we talk about the book In the Pain We Carry by Natalie, she talks about how trauma, especially complex trauma, trains the body to expect threat, unpredictability, and loss. So if you grew up in an environment that had emotional inconsistencies, chaos or instabilities, survivor mode households, environments shaped by racism, poverty, and chronic stress, or if you even had caregivers who loved you but couldn't protect you, your body didn't learn love as calm. It learned love as intensity, anxiety, vigilance, emotional labor, and ultimately self-abandonment. So when secure love shows up, steady, kind, predictable, it can feel boring, to say the least, or suspicious, and definitely uncomfortable. And secure love might make you think, why are my emotions all over the place? Why am I not obsessing? Why don't I feel the rush? And I need you to hear this clearly. Peace can feel unfamiliar when your body is used to chaos. And that doesn't mean that love is wrong. It means that your nervous system is learning something new. So what secure love actually is, secure love is not the absence of problems. Secure love is the presence of repair. Secure love is when you don't have to chase or withdraw to feel close. Communication doesn't feel like a threat. Conflict doesn't equate abandonment. And emotions are allowed, not punished. You can also maybe be honest without fear of explosion or disappearance. And what secure love really says, it says that we can talk about this, or I'm still here. We can figure it out. And what this reminds us of is that healing isn't about erasing the pain. It's about creating enough safety that pain no longer runs the relationship. Secure love doesn't ask for you to shrink. It doesn't ask for you to perform. It doesn't ask for you to stay silent to keep the peace. Secure love allows all parts of you to exist. What does secure love actually look like in your body? So when you get it, what does it look like? Let me break this down, because secure love is most definitely a somatic experience. Secure love feels like your shoulders drop when you're with them, your breathing deepening instead of shortening, your thoughts don't spiral as much, you don't feel that urge to monitor every word, your body feels settled, not activated. So as you can see, when we talk about what it feels like, secure love feels like relief. And when we're looking at secure love and how healing trauma includes learning to recognize safety in the body, we know that it's not just intellectual, but it's also physical. So secure love feels like I don't have to brace for impact. I don't have to earn this. And ultimately, I can rest. And for the people who have carried a lot of pain, that rest can feel emotional and sometimes even scary. Because when your body finally relaxes, you realize how tense you've been for years. So let's take a look at secure love in the eyes of old attachment wounds. Let's connect it back to the attachment styles that we've already talked about in previous episodes. If you learned anxious, secure love will feel like reassurance without begging. It will feel like consistency without chasing. It will feel like affection that doesn't disappear. And it will feel like not having to audition for love. If you learned avoidant, then secure love will feel like closeness without losing yourself, space without punishment, emotional presence without overwhelm, and being accepted without being exposed. And if you learned disorganized, secure love feels like predictability, calm responses instead of chaos, repair instead of rupture, and not having to choose between closeness and safety. Secure love doesn't activate your old survival roles, and it needs to be emphasized that healing happens when your body has repeated experiences of safety, not just insight. So you have to put yourself in these spaces to be able to experience something new, which is why attachment healing cannot be done in isolation. And what secure love looks like in real life, when you get it, I want you to know what it looks like. So I want to give you a story of what that would look like. So let's talk about someone, let's call her Ariana. Ariana is done with therapy. She knows her patterns. She used to confuse intensity with intimacy. Fast forward within her healing journey, she meets someone steady. They text when they say they will. They talk through conflict without disappearing. They don't escalate when Ariana gets emotional. And at first, Ariana feels uneasy. Not anxious, not overwhelmed, just so unfamiliar. And through her healing journey, she realizes, oh, my body isn't on high alert. I'm not trying to prove myself. I don't feel like I'm about to lose them. And then she knew. That's secure love. And what I want to remind you of is when you carry pain for generations, stability itself can feel like a foreign language, but your body can learn it. And that's why secure love is built, not found. Secure love is not something you magically stumble into. It's built through regulation, boundaries, and repetition. And so you may be asking, how do I even grow that? What does that look like? Here's how you grow it. So number one, you learn to regulate yourself. You soothe your own nervous system. Instead of outsourcing regulation completely to others, learn how to give it to yourself. Learn how to ground yourself. Number two, You choose emotionally available people. Yes, you have a choice. And not choosing individuals that have potential, not choosing projects, not choosing intensity, but availability. 3, you practice honest communication. You say what you feel before resentment builds. 4, you tolerate calm. And I get it. When you're not used to it, we run from it. But learn to sit with calmness. You don't run from peace just because it's unfamiliar. Number 5, you repair instead of rupture. Conflict becomes a doorway, not an ending. And what I want to teach you is that healing is not about becoming invulnerable. It's about becoming resourced. Because secure love grows when both people are resourced enough to stay. So let's move through something that can help you. Start your process with secure love. Recognize secure love. I want to do a secure love visualization. So, if you feel safe, take a slow breath. And I want you to imagine a relationship. It can be romantic, platonic, or even within yourself. And this relationship is one where you feel steady. And I just want you to notice, how does your body feel? How does your breath move? How your chest softens. Now silently say, I am allowed to feel safe. Love does not have to hurt to be real. I don't have to abandon myself to stay connected. Let your body sit with that truth. That's secure love taking root. So if there was one thing I want you to take from today, it's this. Secure love is not about the absence of past. It's the presence of safety now, today. And I want you to know that you can honor the pain you've carried without letting it dictate your future relationships. And if you have gone on the journey with reading the book, The Pain We Carry, that book also reminds us that healing is not about forgetting what happened. It's about choosing relationships that don't recreate it. Ooh, let that sink in. Because the reality is, you deserve love that feels calm. You deserve connection that doesn't cost you your peace. You deserve relationships where your nervous system can finally rest. And yeah, that kind of love is possible for you. So I want to thank you today for joining me for the Rewired for Love series. If these episodes helped you to understand yourself or your relationships in a new way, I would love for you to share this with someone else who's healing. And don't go nowhere. Stay tuned, because next week we're going to start a new mini-series about reparenting and inner child healing. You know how to connect with all parts of you that still need care, that still need softness and safety. And until then, choose softness. Choose softness where you can. Your body has earned it. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Rewired for Love. If today's conversation resonated with you, share with someone you care about, or take a moment to leave a review. Your feedback helps this community to grow and keeps these healing conversations flowing. You can also follow me and come hang out with me on all socials, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, all of them at Rewired for Love Podcast. Go there to get your daily doses of healing, honesty, and a whole lot of love. Until next time, keep listening to your body, lead with compassion, and remember, you are safe enough to love and be loved.